As a high school coach, thank you for the player's perspective side of this. What can we coaches do to help with this? Absolutely. Thank you for actually caring about your players and wanting to learn about the mental side so that you can help them in the best way. First thing I'd say is create a safe environment for them. Create an environment where they're not fearing their mistakes and think that something really bad is going to happen to them if they fail. Because if you study pro athletes, all of them have failed more times than they've succeeded because you have to fail to succeed. And failure is a gift. It tells you exactly what you're doing wrong and how you can fix it. If you look at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Kobe Bryant, they're in the top 5 scorers list of the NBA, but they're also in the top 5 all-time missed shots. Failure is inevitable. It's always going to happen. It's not something that you can just get rid of. So allow them to see it as an opportunity, as feedback, rather than making it this scary, bad thing. Number 2 is to teach them about the mental side of the game. If all coaches did this, that would be amazing, but most don't. So if you start teaching them the mental side of the game, they're not only going to start performing better in their sports, but they're also going to have strategies and techniques that they can use in their entire life. And you're also giving your team a slight edge because most teams disregard this. The best advice I can give is for you to actually implement the techniques that you're teaching them yourself. Because as the leader of the team, if they see that you're just telling them to do these things, but you're not doing these things, they're not going to respect you and they're not going to implement it either. I would also say add the why to everything that you're teaching, because for me, my coaches always told me to not say, don't strike out when you're going up to bat, but they never told me the why, so we all just kept doing it. And I took it upon myself to do my own research, and I figured it out my senior year, the why behind that. But I wish my coaches would have just gave me the why right off the bat, because that gives me a purpose and a reason of why I should actually be doing these things. And the reason you don't want to say don't strike out is because your subconscious mind does not hear the word don't. Therefore, you're just telling yourself to strike out. So give them studies, give them pro player examples that they can use to help them understand the why of what you're actually teaching. Number 3 is start to teach them how to take responsibility and encourage them to do that. This is another thing that will help them in sports, but will also help them for the rest of their lives. When they're complaining about other players, coaches, refs, help them understand that they're just giving up their power to those people, and now they can't do anything to change that because they just handed their power away. Help them understand that when they take responsibility, they own all their actions, therefore they also own the change in that action. So encourage them to take responsibility for their faults and their successes. Again, I'm so glad to see coaches like this encouraging the mental side and seeing how they can better their team and their athletes. I love that so much, and I hope that you implement these things.